The New York Mets have found their next superstar, and his appearance in the major leagues is imminent, as a massive report has revealed the future of one of the Mets' up-and-coming superstars, while also their interest in top-tier free agents is going to play a huge part in a whole lot of this guy's career going forwards, and also when the Mets ultimately decide to unleash a hidden gem within their system. And we are going to break all this down, guys. We're going to waste no time jumping right into things, but real quick, if you're part of that 69% that's not subscribed to Mets Digest, make sure to go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss a single New York Mets update. We got videos coming out every single day on everything regarding the New York Mets, so you want to make sure to be here so you don't miss a single update. But let's jump into the video, guys. There's a lot to go over. As we know, there's been a lot of Mets headlines recently when David Stearns traded away one of the longest tenured Mets in history in Brandon Nimmo for Marcus Semien, a deal that did surprise many and ultimately did lead to the Mets having a hole in their outfield, a hole that many do want to see get filled by Kodai Senga, who we all know the Mets absolutely love. However, the Mets have a future superstar coming up right here in Carson Benge, and there has been a ton of reports that Benge is ready to go and that he is about to be unleashed, as Sam Dykstra did mention that the Mets' blockbuster trade to move longtime outfielder Brandon Nimmo to the Rangers for All-Star second baseman Marcus Semien accomplished much for the NL East club. It solidified the keystone position, it improved the team's overall defense, and it may have cleared a lane for a top 25 overall prospect to make the team's opening day roster next spring. Outfielder Carson Benge, ranked number 2 among Mets prospects and number 21 overall by MLB Pipeline, climbed 3 levels in his first full season and was set to head into his second spring training with at least an outside shot of cracking the major league roster. With Nimmo no longer in the outfield picture, Benge's chances at major league time has vastly improved. And this is exciting because Benge has been a super high prospect guy for the Mets. I mean, number 2 overall behind Nolan McLean, who's going to come off that list very soon. I mean, McLean's their top guy and their future ace, and he's great, and there's not really much else that we have to say on him in the matter. Meanwhile, we also see rounding out their top 5, 3 of them are in the majors, with Sprat and Tong also there. Are they both going to be pitchers next year starting with the Mets? It's not guaranteed by any means. We know the Mets do want to add a lot more outside help as well and are looking at trades for guys like Tarek Skubal, Freddie Peralta, and all the top names as well. We'll also see some Joe Ryan stuff come up in the near future as well. But outside of that, that's when the prospects start to go all throughout the minor league level. And Benge and Jet Williams rounding out that top 3 with McLean. It's interesting because we look at these two guys, and I mean, with Benge specifically, it feels like he's just ready and waiting to become the Mets center fielder. And with the interest in Kodai Senga, it makes things very interesting here right now, man, because beyond the immediate, as David Stearns said, the immediate player return part of this deal, we think this opens up possibility and flexibility for us going forwards, both from a near-term perspective and also allowing space for a number of very young outfielders who are coming, who are talented and will deserve spots at the major league level and to play at the major league level. This transaction also provides room for that to happen as we move forwards. And Sam Dykstra did say of MLB.com that Stearns made the Benge connection more explicit later on in that same press conference when he mentioned him by name when going through New York's current outfield positions, listing Benge only behind superstar Juan Soto and the returning Tyrone Taylor, who was not good last year, interestingly ahead of veteran Jeff McNeil, who the Semien acquisition might bump to the outfield, and fellow prospect Jet Williams. Now, Williams, the Mets want him to be a second baseman or a shortstop going forward. It's a matter of how much longer is Lindor going to be playing shortstop. If it's for a while, because Lindor obviously hasn't lost a step, then yeah, Williams will probably go to second base, at least for the time being, because Semien is 35 years old, only has 3 years left with the team, and also we'll see what happens with that. Williams also, the man's got a center field arm. He could play third base. Jet Williams can go anywhere. The man can play anywhere in the field. It doesn't really matter. You could stick him at any position. I mean, you don't want to stick him at first base, and you can't have him play catcher, but, like, you understand the premise. He could play anywhere in the infield. You could throw him out in the outfield if you want. Jet Williams can handle it. He's one of those guys who's absolutely adept to being able to do that. So with Jet, it's a little bit different. With Tyrone Taylor, that's more because he's there. And because of Jeff McNeil, man, I feel like that one's pretty obvious. McNeil, who had a 243 average and a 746 OPS with an 111 OPS plus last season, it feels like his time with the Mets is done. Between acquiring Semien, having Lindor, having I mean, at this rate, it feels almost certain that Brett Baty's the third baseman. With all that in mind, unless Jeff McNeil's going to left field, which doesn't feel like it's going to happen unless the Mets really swing and miss on free agents this season, then McNeil's getting traded. Look, again, if the Mets don't get Bellinger, if they don't get Kyle Tucker, then yeah, if they don't end up trading for Byron Buxton or trying to sign Luis Robert Jr., then, and Robert Jr.'s not had a good year, so that might be a little bit different. But if none of that happens, then yeah, maybe Jeff McNeil becomes the left fielder while Carson Benge goes to center field and you have Soto and right. I don't think the Mets want that to happen, and I imagine the Mets would make a trade so that exact situation does not happen, so they don't feel like, oh, hey, our outfield's lacking a lot right now. We don't have one proven great fielder in the outfield because Soto's not a great fielder at all. I mean, he's barely a good fielder, and then Carson Benge obviously looks like he's going to be a future excellent outfielder, but is he there yet? And then Jeff McNeil, I mean, not really someone who is initially an outfielder. His best position is second base after all, so not all of this makes a ton of sense. So I imagine McNeil's going to get dealt. It's a matter of time and it's a matter of where, but it does feel like it's going to happen in some level. And Tyrone Taylor shouldn't be playing over Carson Benge with a 223 average and a 598 OPS. I don't want to see him play over Carson Benge. I'd rather Benge just start the first game because if nothing else, I'd rather see Benge put up these numbers at first while he gets acclimated to the MLB level than just see Tyrone Taylor hang out there. I don't see the point of that. I think Taylor's nothing more than platoon depth. I know he's got a phenomenal arm. It's not lost to me that he's a talented fielder with an absolute red light cannon. It's not lost. It's a matter of I would rather see the young guys get minutes. I'm a heavy believer in getting young guys onto the field so they can get their experience that way over being platooned. I just don't see the platoon system working as well throughout time. I mean, look at Ronnie Mauricio. He probably would have been better off had he gotten more burn out there, but at the same time, he struggled, and that's why he didn't. Look at Brett Baty. His role was never consistent, and it took him a while to find consistency and even be the great player that we all knew he could be himself. So when we look at all that, I don't want to see Taylor playing over Benge. I would rather just see Benge get in there right now. It just makes me a lot happier. But at the end of the day, the Mets are targeting Cody Bellinger heavily. That's something we have to remember here. Bellinger is someone the Mets absolutely love. The man gets on base. He's got a great batting average. He had an OPS of 813, and he hit 29 home runs last season, albeit in Yankee Stadium, and his OPS was below 750 when he wasn't in Yankee Stadium, which should have a bit of a cause for concern here. But at the same time, it's Cody Bellinger. We know he's a good player. We can trust him. And at the end of the day, the man does a whole lot of good. I still think the Mets are really going to do everything in their power to sign Cody Bellinger, put him in center field for the time being, and then have Benge kind of get ready in left, or even have Cody Bellinger get ready in left. Cody Bellinger, more than anything, played left field last year with the Yankees because Trent Grisham was in center field and Judge was in right. So with that in mind, it makes sense that Cody Bellinger would end up in left field, so you can put Benge eventually in that outfield at the center field position. But a lot of it does happen on when McNeil gets traded and when the Mets ultimately decide to put Benge up in the majors. And that basically, all of that, everything with Carson Benge right here, it's going to be also based off if they sign Kyle Tucker because he cannot play center field. Tucker would have to go to left field as well. A man with an 841 OPS and a 266 batting average would be making around $400 million. The Mets ultimately opt for that. He's going to left field. So it makes you think about Benge. Okay, where does he kind of fit here? When is he going to fit here? And a lot of that is based off how he plays in spring training. So we're going to see how it all works out. I fully believe Benge is a future Mets star. I fully believe one of the reasons the Mets traded Nimmo is because they said, we have 10 years younger Nimmo at home, and we're going to go with him going forwards because there's no reason to pay Brendan Nimmo, and we could get an elite fielding second baseman who's an excellent leader, and also then kind of cut some long-term money so we could pay Cody Bellinger or Kyle Tucker and feel a little less bad about it. But guys, what do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Like this video, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Have a wonderful day. I'll catch you later.